we're going to quickly run you through some of the kit that we use to vlog with. So if you're interested in going out and vlogging with not too much kit or just a few options at hand, keep watching this video. The first one, actually I'm going to go with the Gorilla Pod. So this is something that we use quite a lot. It obviously has flexi legs, as you can see, little bobbles. You can tie it to trees, posts, and basically it's just a little stand like a tripod, a flexi tripod, for our main camera, which is our DSLR. So it has this little screw at the top there, so you just basically screw it into the bottom of the camera. Use it as a, a tripod that way, put it on the ground for a setup. So there's that. It also has a little, you can adjust this and it makes this all wobbly. And it has a level meter there, so you can see if you stood it up and then wobbled this around, you could get the correct level meter so that your shot is straight horizontally. So there's that. This is an invaluable piece of kit. I would recommend it to everyone who wants to vlog, because not only can you put it on the ground and use it as a tripod, but you can also hold it out at arm's length, get that tension in, and get a relatively steady shot without using a gimbal. This one is jobby, and yes, it's linked down below.
So on the jobby we stick on our DSLR, as Tamsin mentioned. This is a Canon 760D, and at the moment we've got an 18 to 30mm lens on it. This is the fisheye lens that we use all the time, because it gives us a nice wide lens and we can hold it out like this. And you can see everything behind us. It's great. We also have on there the 22mm pancake lens. It's just a little pancake lens. This lens can be quite unsubtle, so if you want it to be a bit smaller when you're vlogging, a bit more subtle, this lens does really well as well. It's not quite as wide as the 18 to 30mm lens, but it does the job. We also have this 50mm lens if we ever need to get up close. These are the spare batteries for the DSLR. You can get these really cheap on Amazon. I'll make sure these are in the list as well. These are about 20 quid for two. They are unofficial, but they really do work really well, and they're powered by USB as well. You can charge them through USB.
The next one that we have is the top mic that goes on top of our main camera, the DSLR, and this just plugs into the side, and you've got this little twiddly thing here, and then you can sort of slide it into the shoe, it's called, on the top of the camera. And there's the on and off switch, but basically it has on, off, and then there's a soft function which I think blocks out some of the noise. Don't trust me on that one, but yeah. This is the NKE 400 Sennheiser. It's really tiny, as you can see, so it's pretty inconspicuous, but it does make, when you attach it to a camera, make it a lot more like a full-on I'm filming you and recording the sound type camera. I can't remember how much it was, so I'm not going to say. This is also linked down below, so check it out. This is a bit of an add-on. So this is an add-on that we got for the mic because we were finding that actually in a lot of our earlier videos, it was getting pretty buffery and noisy with the wind. So we decided to get one of these. It's colloquially known as a fluffy. Take that off. Pop it on. And then we have a little Velcro patch so you can tighten it up. And then you've got a much bigger looking mic, but actually all it does is block out some wind noise, which is super handy because seriously, talking to camera, you might have a good mic, but if you're talking to camera in the wind, and it's often windy outside, you're not going to hear anything and it's going to sound terrible. Get one of these as well.
Next up for me is this Tascam. Now, as you can tell, I'm actually using this at the moment to record the sound. We usually use this mainly for soundscapes, which we haven't done too many of, but also for voiceover recordings because it's really crisp and clear. And as you can see, it's got a big fluffy on it too. All of these are on the website below, all the details. To be honest with you, we've used this a small amount. We haven't used it to its full potential yet. It's got a dual microphone on the top, so left, right. And this can be used to create, or this can be used to really get a feeling of grandness, a feeling of how big or wide a space is. So we will be using that more as we go forward. But also, if and when we come to a point where we are going to use lapel microphones, this can be used as a mixer as well, as it has these inputs on the bottom, which will be very useful when it comes to using those.
This looks crazy, but it's actually a mobile phone gimbal. It's called a Gimbal. This is the make of this one anyway. You turn it on. Boom, boom. So the on switch is the button in the middle there. And it doesn't appear to be charged. Great. When you turn this on, it rights itself and it kind of goes into this position, and then all you do is slide a phone in here, and you can widen these just by pinching them or stretching them. And basically you can fit any phone in there. We have tried it with other things. We've also tried putting a GoPro in there, and it did work quite well. A general GoPro without the casing is too small to fit in here, but with the plastic outside casing, it's pretty good. And we've gotten some pretty good shots with this, actually. I mean, some really high, because this is another function of this, so you can extend it so you can get it right up. So yeah, this is a really handy little device. Also linked down below. We haven't used this too much in our Asia series, actually, because we're using the DSLR mostly. But yeah, this is good for starting out, or if you want to use your phone. This also comes with a little add-on, which is this. So this came in the same box, the same Gimbal box. It's by Fayutech. Probably can't read that because I'm filming on my phone right now, but there we go. And you just screw it in the bottom so it has a hole and there's a screw. You can see it's flaying out at the bottom here, so basically this just turns it into a tripod. Nice and cheap option. This was less than £100, so very good for a gimbal.
Next on the list is the GoPro. Now, we love the GoPro. It's absolutely fantastic. This one is a particularly old one now. It's a Hero 4, as you can see. However, it's also bitten the dust. You'll have to check out one of our Vietnam vlogs to see how that happened. It's our fault, not the camera. So this has been fantastic though for time lapses. It's been fantastic for sports stuff, for underwater, all the things GoPro is fantastic as. So we wouldn't recommend getting the GoPro 4 now because it's slightly out of date, but the GoPro 8 will be in the list below as well.
A hard drive! Every vlogger's kit needs a hard drive. It has 5 terabytes, so that's enough to get a hell of a lot of vlogs on. So that's going to be lasting us a while. Look at this, brand new. It's so orange. That is USB-C, so it's one of those new type connections. This is the thing with the latest Lacy hard drives, is that they are USB-C only, so don't get them mixed up. Because I've done that before and it's not fun.
So the next thing we come to is the most important part, I think, of our vlogging equipment, which of course is a laptop. We run DaVinci Resolve because A, it's free, and B, it's actually really, really good. It's lots of professional stuff on there. So it's really worth having a look at, downloading and trying out. This is a MacBook Pro. It's 5 years old. It's an absolute workhorse. I've used this for work for 5 years and also for editing and everything like that, and it does not quit. It is amazing. Buy one of these and it will last you a long time. Again, this is an older model, so we've put the newer version that's available on the list down below. That being said, I think nowadays a MacBook Air would be able to handle DaVinci Resolve as well if you're just editing HD footage, which is what we're doing at the moment. When it comes to 4K footage, this starts to struggle, and I would imagine a MacBook Air that's quite new would start to struggle as well, so you'd want to go for the Pro then. And here's one of the hard drives that Tamsin was talking about here. Last on my list, and this seems like a bit of a weird addition, but this fella. The iBlock Cube multi-adapter. Now this thing can be used in any country, which is pretty standard for a multi-adapter. It comes with all the usual kind of sockets coming out there. However, nowadays all vlogging equipment, of course, is pretty much powered by USB, and this thing has no less than 4 holes in the bottom of it. 4. So you can charge 4 things at once, at the same time as using a normal socket here, at the same time as using a USB-C socket on the side. So in effect you can use 6 things, or power 6 things at once. The best 20 quid I've ever spent. It's on the list below. Check it out.
Last but not least, what I'm actually filming this on is a Motorola, and it's a Motorola One Vision. So this is the kind of quality that you would get from the selfie camera of a Motorola One Vision. In case you're interested, this is the phone that I'm filming on. Alex is filming on an iPhone.
We've created 2 lists below. One is our current vlogging kit with the Hero 4 and the current MacBook Pro and the current camera. This camera as well is no longer available, it's no longer made. What we've then done is created a dream vlogging equipment list as well, which lists all the equipment that's current and up to date that's the equivalent of this at the moment. So it's worth looking at that little list as well.
Obviously these are affiliate links for After the Calm, so we will get some commission if you do buy from the links below, but it's at no extra cost to yourself. And if you like something, go buy it, go try it out. This great piece of kit.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you've got any feedback or any thoughts, please do get in touch and subscribe if you like what you see. See you next time.